Fantasy readers love to talk about their favorite fantasy books, the top 10 fantasy books. I want to talk about those top 10 or those top 5 fantasy books that just didn't land for me. These are books that are big hits. And hype is a dangerous thing. Hype is one of those things that it builds you up, but you felt it as you're getting towards the end of the book. You're like, I missed the memo here on this book. So these are 5 underwhelming fantasy books for me. Let's get right into it. The number 5 is Gideon the Ninth. This book, it started out really interesting. It's got really interesting prose, a really interesting POV of this character. But then it really just devolves from there. The narrative voice becomes kind of obnoxious to me. There are way too many plot threads going on in this book. It starts out with as a caste system, and then a spacefaring adventure, and then it's a tournament with swords, and then it's a murder mystery. It did not work for me. Number 4 is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I really enjoy her work. I really enjoy the Poppy War series. And this book was good, and I actually did enjoy it, but I was underwhelmed. The reason is, this book shouldn't have been billed as a fantasy book. It's more speculative fiction. And what the author did is she took historic speculative fiction, and she invented a kind of slapped together fantasy system, a linguistic fantasy system, a magic system, when what she should have done is written an actual historical book. Historical fiction book. That's what she should have done. That would have been a much more difficult thing to do. But the book felt contrived to me. It felt pedantic. And ultimately, I did not enjoy it. It was kind of a slog towards the end. The third book I want to talk about is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennet. I love Robert Jackson Bennet. I loved the City of Miracles trilogy. It's one of my favorite fantasy trilogies of all time. And that was my first exposure to him. So I was very excited when I started to read Foundryside. And the first book was actually quite good. I enjoyed it. It had an interesting magic system. It had really interesting characters, very interesting dialogue, very smartly written. The second one lost me, completely lost me. There was a bunch of Deus Ex Machina in the book. Most major plot points happened as disembodied voices in the character's head. It was not tangible enough for me. It didn't work. The second book I want to talk about, I'm going to lose some people here. It's The Crippled God. This is the 10th and final book of the main Mollison Book of the Fallen. It's a good book. It's a solid book. It's a solid series. I was let down by it. Not enough was resolved for me. There was too much arbitrary world building. It just kept going on and on and on, and I got sick of it. I got sick of new kingdoms and tribes and armies and conflict and gods. I just couldn't take it anymore. And it ended, and I felt let down. Number 1 is The Name of the Wind. This, in my opinion, is the most overrated book in all of fantasy. Again, it's a good book. It's not a bad book. It has beautiful prose. That's what everybody talks about, beautiful language, and it certainly does. I dislike the main character. I think the main character does not have a very good developmental arc. Things happen a little too easily for him. He's more of a heroic character or an iconic character rather than a character that has growth. And the plot just meanders until the very end, and then the book just ends. And that final page, I could not believe that this book has earned a legendary status in fantasy. I still can't to this day. Forgive me. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. I'm Wick Welker. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can take a look at my books. I write science fiction and science fantasy. Maybe I can be your next underwhelming read as well. Go to my website. I have a newsletter on there you can sign up for. You'll get a large free sample to one of my science fiction books. You can check out more of my other stuff. No pressure. It's all linked below. And then I'm a medical doctor. I do a podcast about critical care and anesthesiology. I talk a lot about medicine, but I also go into long-form book discussions towards the end of each podcast. It's called ICU Doc Talk. It is linked in my YouTube channel, and you can also check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for checking in.